Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. So, your ex broke up with you and they said they didn't have any more feelings for you. Oh no, what are you going to do? Don't worry, I'll tell you exactly what to do. But first, I want to welcome back my beautiful No Contact Army. If you're having trouble staying in no contact, be sure to download our app Silencio. The link is underneath every single video. And when you're about to break no contact, just hit the panic button and you will get a little surprise from me. And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, just hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. So, your ex said that they no longer had feelings for you when they broke up with you, that they lost interest in you. Or, even if they didn't say that, you suspect that they no longer have feelings for you. Oh no, what are you going to do? Don't worry, don't worry. You can help them get their feelings back. Because people say all kinds of things at the end of a relationship that they don't mean. And even if they do mean it at that time, who's to say they're not going to change their minds? So don't worry. If your ex had feelings for you before, then they can get them again. They may be dormant right now, but we will raise them from the dead. The only thing it means is that right now their interest level went below 50 if we're looking at a scale of 0 to 100. But that doesn't necessarily mean that their interest level is at 0. It very rarely is. It could very well be in the 40s, which means you have a great chance of raising it back up over 50, as long as you don't push them away after the breakup. And actually, it's not true that they don't have feelings for you. They do have feelings for you. But the situation is actually that they no longer have faith that they can be happy by being with you, despite their feelings. And I'm not going to say they don't think you can make them happy, because no one can make you happy. That's a big myth, a misconception. It's like, oh, well, you don't make me happy anymore. Well, I wasn't supposed to make you happy. It's not my job. It's your job to make yourself happy. And this especially applies if you cheated or you took your ex for granted, because people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So if being with you is now giving them more pain than pleasure, then they want to avoid you. And they do that by breaking up with you. So if you focus on the fact that they said they've lost feelings for you, you're going to get desperate and panic and do all the wrong things. You're going to push them away even more. So don't do it. Now, why did they lose feelings? Is it because they weren't emotionally available to begin with, and therefore their feelings were superficial to begin with? Or is it because of something you did, or something you didn't do, or many things you did, or many things you didn't do? So you got to keep that in mind. So in an effort to change their feelings, remember that it's not going to happen overnight. So don't try to rush this. You have to be patient. Think of it this way. If a train is headed west, it can't all of a sudden start heading east. It first has to stop or slow down and then reverse direction. And those of you who listen to Abraham Hicks, you've heard this analogy many times. So one way to achieve this reversal of direction, we'll call it, is to, of course, leave them alone, as I talk about all the time with my no contact rule. And if you behave less than desirably at the end of the relationship, as sometimes happens, you can send them a clean slate text or email saying that you accept the breakup and you wish them the best. But do it as soon as possible. Do not wait a month or 2. And I know many people are not going to want to do that, because you'll say, well, then they won't come back if I do that. Well, as with many things in dating, but especially in getting an ex back, it's actually the opposite. It's counterintuitive. Logic has nothing to do with this. They have to think that you're moving on in order for their interest to start going up. Okay? So give them the time and space that they need to process everything. Trying to push them to come back before they're ready is not a loving gesture on your part. It means that you're just thinking about yourself and what you want instead of about what they want. Next, you need to work on the reason why they broke up with you, or reasons. People don't just break up with you for the hell of it. They don't just wake up and go, I think I'm going to break up with him today. They lose attraction along the way because of things you, as I said, did or didn't do. And even if they didn't give you a reason at the end when they broke up with you, I'm sure they said things during the relationship that you may have pushed aside at the time or not paid much attention to until those things added up to their interest level being below 50%. So think about the things they nagged you about or talked about that they wanted different. Maybe they wanted to see you more. Maybe they wanted you to start doing something or stop doing something. I'm sure they've mentioned it along the way. It's not like people never say anything and then all of a sudden let you know. There's always clues. Okay, so think back on that. And if you tend to be very anxious and you stressed out your partner by constantly texting or calling, or if you were paranoid and jealous that they were going to cheat, then those are things to be working on. And if you have to, speak with a therapist. You need to deal with the reason behind those symptoms. Those are symptoms of a bigger issue. And even if you don't get your ex back this time, then at least you'll be a better partner for the next person. I know you don't want to think about that. It's like, no, I want this partner. I know. But just in case, you should still work on yourself so that this won't happen again and you won't be dumped for the same reason by someone else, because that would not be good. And if your anxiety was the main issue for the breakup, not contacting them will show that you're moving towards a more secure attachment style, which is what they wanted in the first place. That's why it's imperative that if they broke up with you because of actions you took whenever you were anxious, then staying in no contact will prove that you no longer react based on your anxiety. And then finally, one more thing you can do to reverse the direction of the train and to get their feelings back up is affirmations, which I've talked about before. And we do have a section on my app Silencio where you can record 3 affirmations for free in the free version. And then the app loops them and puts music behind them, and you keep listening to them over and over. And I give those to my coaching clients, and I give them specifically for their situations. So when you do a coaching session with me, I'll tell you exactly what affirmations you can do for your situation. And many people have heard from their ex and gotten their ex back after doing affirmations. So I know that if an ex said that they lost feelings for you, it seems impossible to get them back. But I'm telling you, it is possible, and a lot of it depends on you. You have the power. Keep in mind the words of Henry Ford, who said, whether you can or whether you can't, you're right. So now I want to hear from you. Has an ex ever said to you that they lost feelings for you? What ended up happening? And if you don't have my app yet, are you going to download it, and are you going to try the affirmations? Let me know below in the comments. In the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net, and we'll send you the prices for coaching. The direct link is below every video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.